back to my channel. And if you are new here, thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Sophie and welcome to my world. Today we are going to talk about a topic that I think is very important, especially in today's society with social media and being attached to our phones every day. And that is the topic of self-care. I feel like a lot of us, especially nowadays, we burn ourselves out without even knowing it. We don't even really know what we need or what we need to give our bodies on the inside and also on the outside to not only make us feel good physically, but also mentally. Mental health is such an important topic nowadays. I thought it would be good to put some tips together if you guys are very stressed, if you are overanalyzers, overthinkers, you suffer from depression or anxiety, then I think it's time to take a little step back and take a look at what you need to do to fuel your body, soul, and mind. So if you're interested in listening to my personal tips for self-care, then stay tuned. So the first tip that I have for you guys is meditation. I know a lot of people talk about it, and I know there's probably a lot of you that don't even think that you could sit not even 5 minutes in silence without thinking about what you have to do for that day or without getting bored. Trust me, I was one of them, and I have to tell you, meditation has completely transformed my life and my thinking process. I am one to overanalyze every little detail. I'm a very type A person, which is a good thing, but it can also be mentally destructive. I'm constantly thinking about what I have to get done in a day or tomorrow or the next day, and if I don't get this done, what am I going to do? How am I going to live? And then I start getting really anxious, and it's just a snowball effect. I recently started using an app. I know there are tons of apps out there to help aid in the meditation process, but this app that I've discovered has completely changed the meditation game for me. It's called 7 Mind Meditation, and what I really love about this app is that you can customize it to your needs. So whether you are very stressed or anxious that day, or you have a big meeting coming up, or you just need some daily motivation to kind of keep your mind on the end goal, they have different single meditation practices that are themed, and they also have meditation courses that last several days that aid in one topic that you are really looking to conquer in your spiritual and mental body. I recommend meditating either in the morning or right before you go to bed.
Start by sitting symmetrically and upright, but without it being uncomfortable. Close your eyes to focus on what's going on inside of you.
But I personally have found, for me, if I meditate in the morning, it changes completely my mindset on how I'm going to conquer the day. Or if I have a bad day, I'll sit down, take 8 minutes and meditate. That way I can kind of change the route of my day to go from negative to a little bit more positive. The thing I love about 7 Mind is that they're all about self-love and self-appreciation. So in their meditations, not only do they help guide your breathing, have tons of different themed meditation practices. I even did a Harry Potter themed one, but they also throw in a lot of positive affirmations to help emphasize your self-worth and to help make you feel like you are ready to conquer the day and to help kickstart your day into really making you feel like you're ready to tackle on everything you have to do. I think if you put yourself on your to-do list first and meditate and kind of get your mind and spirit ready for the day, then the rest will just fall into place. And a lot of people, I'm guilty before as well, say that they just don't have time. Their schedule's too busy. They have a family. They have kids to raise. They have to go to work. They have to go run errands and do grocery shopping. Trust me, I get it. Remember, you are worthy. If you just dedicate 7 minutes to yourself, whether that's setting your alarm 7 minutes early in the morning, 7 Mind Meditation actually has pretty short meditation practices as well, so you don't have to dedicate 20 minutes every day. It will really help minimize your stress, your anxiety, and just make you feel all around at peace with yourself, with your mind, with your body, with your spirit. There's something intangible about meditating that I can't explain or describe in words. You're just going to have to try it yourself. I challenge you. Try it every day for at least 1 week and come back and tell me down below in the comments if you felt any different. And 7 Mind Meditation was kind enough to offer all of my amazing friends here 30% off of a year subscription. Everything that you need to know down in the description box. And I do want to thank 7 Mind Meditation for being the sponsors in today's video. I am so thankful and blessed when I'm able to partner with amazing like-minded companies that bring positive thinking to this space. So the next tip that I have is to nourish your body. Nourish your body both on the outside and on the inside. So when I say nourish your body on the outside, that could be anything from going on a hike or a long walk outside, or going to the gym, taking a yoga class, doing something to make you sweat, to bring endorphins, because not only does it help your mental health and your mental state, but it also helps your physical strength and your all-around being. Remember, we only have one body. Our body is the home, is the shell of our soul, is the shell of our spirit, and you really need to treat it with respect. And I know working out can be hard and rigorous, and I'm pretty lazy, I'm not going to lie, but I recently joined a gym after not having been to a gym probably in a year. And I have to say it's one of the best decisions I have ever made. Not only did I just not feel good on the inside, but I also didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And that is something that I have to deal with myself. But what I did about it was I joined a gym. I started doing yoga sessions in the morning at home, or going for a quick jog or a nice long walk outside. If you have a dog, go out and take your dog for a longer walk than normal. Anything that gets you moving, gets your blood pumping. We really have to take care of our bodies on the outside and also our bodies on the inside. So a big self-care tip I have is to nourish your body from the inside. If you didn't know, our stomach or our gut is actually like a second brain in our body. And so if something's not all that great in your gut, it's going to transmit messages to your brain, and you can become depressed if you have an unhealthy gut. You can have really bad anxiety. If your gut is unhealthy, then your mental state is also going to be unhealthy too. And I speak from personal experience because I have IBS, which translates to irritable bowel syndrome. And I've had it probably for 10 years, or at least I was diagnosed with it 10 years ago. And I personally know what foods trigger it and what I can and can't eat. But when I take care of my gut and I don't eat the things that trigger my IBS, I am an all-around healthier person. Physically, mentally, definitely do splurge and indulge on junk food. But when I do eat junk food, I notice a huge fog that comes to my mind. I always feel groggy and gross and lethargic whenever I do tend to eat unhealthier. I'm not here to lecture you and tell you to change your diet completely, to go vegetarian, to go plant-based. That's not what this video is for. I'm such a strong believer of the plant-based lifestyle and dedicating, and I know a lot of people say it takes time, it's consuming, it's a lot easier to throw a chicken on the grill and eat that really quick if you are pressed for time. Trust me, I get it. But just like waking up extra early in the morning to dedicate some time to you to meditate, to go to the gym, try the same thing with meal prepping. Whether it's spending half an hour extra on a Sunday to meal prep through the week, or waking up earlier, or spending a little time before you go to bed to prepare a smoothie for the morning. That way it's already ready to grab out of the fridge. Or dedicating some extra time in the morning to making a nice big green juice. So it's extra time, but it's extra time for yourself. We have to invest in ourselves. So I have been on a huge, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've always been a lover of green juices, smoothie bowls, but recently I have been on a huge green juice kick. So either the night before, I will prepare my green juice that way in the morning. If I know it's going to be a busy morning, it's on the go, I grab my green juice out of the fridge and I'm good to go. Or I'll just dedicate and spend that extra time in the morning to make a green juice. And green juices are super alkalizing and beneficial to your health. So if you start your morning by consuming something alkalizing, it's also anti-inflammatory. So when your body is in an inflammatory state, that's where disease can grow. So if you start your morning with something alkalizing before you start your day, it not only energizes you and kickstarts your day, but it's also really good for your physical health. So my favorites recently have been green juices, or also smoothie bowls are really fun to make too. And I know they are a little more time consuming. I find when I do something like that to myself, I put some music on while I'm preparing everything, it gets me into a good mood and it gets me going for the day, and knowing that I'm doing something really good to nourish my body from the inside out kind of just helps me feel good about myself all around. Okay, the next tip that I have is wellness, and this is such a broad topic, but what I mean by wellness, I mean wellness for your body, massages, facials, skincare, a spa day, bubble bath, something along the lines like that. So, you know, if you have it in your budget to treat yourself to a spa day every now and then, go for it. Absolutely, I'm all for about spending money on yourself. You're investing in yourself, and something like that can really help also your mental health and make you feel good about yourself from the inside out. But if you don't have the budget to go to a fancy spa, no worries. Bring the spa to your house. I do it at least once a week, whether it's making a Bentonite clay face mask at home. My personal favorite has been just mixing the Bentonite clay powder with apple cider vinegar. It's kind of helped my breakouts recently on my skin, or just sprinkling some of that powder in the bathtub as well. I feel like my skin comes out baby smooth afterwards. Light some candles, get a good book, and just dedicate some time to yourself. Paint your nails, do something for you, put some nice music on and kind of bring the spa to your house. And I know it sounds cheesy, but it really helps. Every time I take a bubble bath or I put on a face mask, paint my nails at home, I feel like I just invested in myself, and that just makes me feel all around good. Another tip I have is to continue learning. So I don't mean go back to school necessarily, but I mean if there is something that you like and you're out of college, you graduated, you are working now, that doesn't mean that you can't take courses or take classes and things that you love. So if you like graphic design, why don't you take a course online? There's tons of websites out there that you can do that. Or if you love music, or you've always wanted to learn how to dance, then go take a dance class or go take piano lessons. Our brain is the biggest muscle in our body, so it constantly needs to grow, and we don't even use, we use such a small percentage of our brain, it's insane. So continue learning, continuing to learn or learning something new is so good, not only for your brain, but it makes you feel amazing. And challenge yourself, even if it's reading a book, nonfiction, fiction, learn something new. Your brain craves that, and I didn't realize it until this year. I started reading many more books. I started dedicating a lot more time to reading, putting the phone away for the last hour before bed and reading a couple chapters before I go to bed for self-care. But anything that makes you invest in yourself is self-care. So learning something new, picking up a sport that you used to love to play again, that is definitely self-care because you are investing in yourself. The next tip I have is something I just did recently. It is to declutter and organize. So decluttering your house, decluttering a room, decluttering a closet, decluttering a drawer, or organizing in your house or one room will help you feel more organized and decluttered in your life, in your mind, in your brain. I recently decluttered and donated a lot and reorganized my closet, and I feel like a weight has been lifted off of me. I remember opening up my wardrobe and my closet and just being like, oh God, just every time I opened it, I would have this negative boom, like fog go over me because I just didn't like a lot of the clothes in my closet. I felt overwhelmed by too many of the clothes. I started to feel like a hoarder, and that is not good for you. And so I recommend declutter something, organize something. One drawer in your bathroom, your desk, anything. Decluttering the space around you will also help declutter your mind. Another tip I have is to log off. That's right, log off, meaning put your phone on silent, put it in another room, shut the computer down, turn off the tablet, give yourself guidelines, strict guidelines, and separate the work from home. As someone who works from home and predominantly works on social media, this has been very hard for me, but I saw that this was interfering with my personal life, my relationships, my love life. So me and my husband agreed on a specific hour. We turn our phone on silent, put it away in another room, and enjoy each other's company. Sit down and be with each other and eat dinner and talk about the day and not be on Instagram, or sit down and watch a movie without checking your phone. This has completely changed my life. I used to sit down and put a movie on while scrolling through Instagram with no rhyme or reason. And this is so bad for you. I mean, without even knowing or without even realizing how bad it is for your mental health and for your, it's not good for your eyes either. So yeah, even when my husband is out of town for work, I make it a point to put my phone either on silent or on airplane mode and check out, log out of that, and enjoy the moment. Whether it's making some popcorn and sitting on the couch and putting on a Netflix show or movie, or reading a good book, logging off. It's okay to log out. It's okay to put your phone on silent. Okay, so the last tip I have for you guys is knowing that it's okay to say no. I know this sounds weird, but I feel like a lot of us can take on so much at home, at work, social life, by saying yes to everything. And yeah, you may be super social and a hard worker, and you want to take all that, and you want to say yes. I'm definitely one of those people that finds it super hard to say no, but know that it's okay to say no sometimes. Whether it's at the office and someone's asking you to help them with a briefing, if you have too much on your plate, don't feel guilty to say no, or to recommend someone else to give the briefing to this person, or to say, you know what, I have too much on my plate right now, can we reschedule for next week? Or if someone invites you out to dinner and all you want to do is stay home, Netflix and chill, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what, I don't want to. I feel like we definitely take on so much today. We tend to feel like we have to apologize for everything. Oh, I'm sorry, apologize for everything and give a reason behind why we're saying no. But you know what? In today's age, it's okay to just say no. If you don't feel like it, if you feel like you have too many things on your plate, just say no. It's going to be good. It's just going to be good for you, and trust me, it's going to be good for your mind space, for your anxiety, for your stress. Yeah, guys, these are my tips for self-care, for helping your body physically, spiritually, and mentally, help you thrive and feel like you can conquer anything. I know a lot of people think that self-care is all about physical, material things, but really anything that you invest in for yourself is self-care. And we are all worthy here as humans. I don't want you to think that taking extra time out of your day to spend on yourself is selfish, because it's not. If your physical and mental being is at it's top health, then everything else will follow. Relationships around you, you will attract more positive vibes to you through the universe because you're putting yourself first, and we are worth it. So don't ever forget that. I sometimes forget it, I'm not going to lie, and I have to kind of look at myself from an aerial view and say, nope, you gotta do that. Check out for the day, put that down, and focus on yourself and your mental health and your physical health, because you come first. And if you take care of people, if you have loved ones in your life, if you have kids, if you aren't in tip-top shape physically, mentally, you won't be able to balance also taking care and caring for other people. So you come first, and then the rest will follow. Hope you enjoyed these top tips. If you have any other tips for self-care, I would love to hear them. Leave them down below in the comments. And I wanted to thank 7 Mind Meditation again for sponsoring today's video. It's companies like 7 Mind that help support this channel to help me be able to continue putting out content like this for you guys. I challenge you to try a few days of meditation and let me know what you think. And thank you guys for being here and for clicking on this video. If you liked what you saw and you aren't subscribed yet, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss any of my future videos. See you guys in my next video. Ciao!